So Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is More Than Just a Podcast.
Still podcast.
Do you know what? It's season 11. I'm gonna call it episode 44. We're actually recording two parts tonight, and 43 was the general chat, and we've moved the questions to episode 44. So welcome back. If you've just been listening to part one, you'll know who's around. George and John are not around. Get well soon, George. Enjoy your bonding time with Jessica. Ian Dale, happy 60th. Sorry you're ill. Blah blah blah. Listen to the album if you want to listen to that.
I'm in my shed.
Yeah, you're in your shed. Hey, and how are you, Len? Since the last time I asked you 15 seconds
Fine.
ago. Good.
Yeah, still good.
Well, let's go straight into it, right? I'm sure it'd be
Because we should do a brief synopsis that
Go
if
on.
you've listened to the previous episode,
Yeah.
you would have heard us talking about who we might buy.
Yeah.
I've dug Sean out over the way they do their publicising and everything else. What you may have missed
Go on.
was us talk about the Luton game. And the reason you would have missed it is because none of us actually mentioned it.
Well, because it's not important, is
No,
it?
not really.
Are we really going to talk about a pre-season? I mean, maybe
you watch
some
the
of our
game?
listeners. I did
Did you watch
actually.
the
Yeah.
Oh,
on
well,
YouTube.
that makes one of us then.
Yeah.
I doubt if,
I know
Len,
you.
Did you watch it?
Well, do you know what? My son was getting all het up about it, and I went, "It's just like I actually wrote a because Huey was off, and so was
Oh, out of retirement again.
well, he's got a new love in his life, and he was out
What?
with her. Yeah, he's got a girlfriend called Sylvie. It's
Ooh, Sylvia.
and
Sylvia's mother
she?
said.
and Dave.
Hugh is busy.
Dave was out. He's a bit like Sullivan with his new love in his life. But so I did a takeover.
I bet he ain't.
I did a takeover on Saturday, and ran it on Saturday. But I did a match report, which I don't usually do.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, I must admit, people didn't notice the quality had risen, Sean. So I don't think.
Anyway, it's time for this. Yeah, it's Facebook, Twitter question time, where this episode is entirely dedicated to question time. Let us know what you think of this new format. Nigel, over to you. Can I get my coat?
Can you get your coat?
Yeah.
What do you want your coat for?
Was it? You don't remember the Fast Show? I'll get my coat.
Oh,
No,
no.
no,
Well done.
doesn't matter.
Okay. Questions tonight. I said John's laid up to on Dick and George is out with a dustbin lid. So it's Nigel, Sean and Len. Did you get that, Sean?
I did. Yeah,
Do you understand it?
I do. Yeah, Cockney rhyming slang.
There you go. It's the mighty Wire himself, the Frenchman from Guernsey, up first. No special reason. He just came up first. All right, mate. May we, lads, he says. I still think he still thinks we got a defensive problem. Oggy and Dawson still not fit, Sean. Is that right?
So we didn't do injury news, but you're right. Oggy was fit, but he played in the under-23s and did the whole 90 minutes. And they wanted him to get better match fitness, so he played on the Friday, so that's why he didn't play on the Saturday. Dawson has a small knock, soft tissue on his thigh, but also his son is unwell and was given compassionate leave. But he's expected to be back for the last pre-season friendly. Both of them are going to be back for the pre-season friendly. Diop also had a small knock, but is expected to return. And obviously we've heard about Agurd today that he's had surgery.
All right. There you go. Ian carries on. He says, Agur, he said, and he's gone D, you don't pronounce the D,
Oh, right.
which apparently he himself explained in his interview with Charlton Cole
A girl.
for the club.
Okay.
Charlton Cole, Mr. Wiley.
Yeah.
Would that be Bobby Charlton Cole, or Jackie Charlton Cole, or Charlton Athletic Cole? Who, of course-
Charlton and the Wheelies Cole.
Yeah, Charlton and the Wheelies Cole. Yeah. Oh, that was Charlton.
Charlton Eston Cole.
Yeah, Charlton Heston, yeah. But anyway, Charlton Cole, I sort of like that. That's his new name. Apparently, he's now had a knock and he's got no dates to return. We covered that in part 1E. Basically, Sean got it wrong.
Yeah, I
Or
did.
the senior, the 86-year-old.
Oi,
senior
oi,
Sean-
oi, oi, oi,
What, I
oi,
did
oi,
what? I've not
oi,
told
oi,
them.
Oi, oi, oi.
What?
I was
They
as
ain't going
accurate
to
as I
work it
can,
out
Sean.
from that. Yeah. Anyway, he's got no updates to return. I'm a tad worried for the likes of City up first. He then asked, does Sean have any idea when a Gerd, no D, may return? Well, yeah, Christmas, if we're lucky.
Well, someone said, and it was a bit funny, Sean said he would be back for the City game. Yeah, the away game in
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well,
That was funny.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, so I hope that answered your question. But what I've noticed is now we have made 2 episodes, we are going to have to answer some of the questions that we answered in part 1 in case people.
Or we
haven't
just
listened
say,
to part
listen to the previous episode,
well,
right?
Listen, that ain't my idea, is it? I'm just going like David Jones, old Ziggy Stardust is up. He says, evening all. It's been a mixed performance in the friendlies. Quite amusing to see the Twitter meltdown. Said before, won't get excited over signings, but was happy we didn't cave to pressure and sign Lingard. We should have sacked him off when he didn't sign straight away at the start of the window. He's not happy with the NFC season tickets, as I always print as well as a backup. His daughter can't make every game, so giving her a seat away is going to be a pain.
No, it won't.
And I begrudge someone having to pay
it
West
will.
Ham
No, it
for the
won't.
gifted ticket. Sean, it will,
No,
because
it
I've got the
can,
same.
because-
With Charlie next to me, only
Just
work
forward an
shifts.
email on NFC
No,
on your
well,
phone.
Look. The fact that you have to do something just goes to prove why it doesn't work. Before you just gave the card. This is the old problem I've had with it. And it's not my problem because if I can't go to the game, I'm just going to leave my seat empty. But if you are in Dave's position where his daughter can't go every time and he wants to take a mate, then it's a problem. It's your ticket. You know, you should be able to do this easy.
Okay.
That's then the long and short of it. And they're robbing you of that. Now, never mind this plus 2 business. One of the good things was sharing a season ticket or having an extra season ticket that you could give to. I had that one year for a couple of years. I had a season ticket that I bought an extra one. And if I want to take my mate or take a guest, I take them. They're taking it away from you now.
I did
And
that
what
for
are they
years.
doing with it? They'll put a tourist there next year. Don't create a great environment, does it? Do you know what I mean?
The problem I've got is Charlie's seat's in the middle of 3 of us.
Oh,
So
fucking hell.
If he's not going to the game, I ain't passing that on.
You never did anyway.
Well, no, but I would take people, wouldn't I?
It's a nice thing to do. Look, we're introducing people to West Ham. We're being ambassadors, aren't you? Look, we'd have a little bit of money. Fuck off.
And Sean, the reason they're doing it, innit, we know there's a shortage of match day tickets. Why is there a shortage of the match day ticket? Because the
Oversold
way
the
they
season
sold
tickets.
them back in 2015, Sean. That's why there's a shortage of match day tickets. If they hadn't have been greedy back then, we wouldn't have this problem. So they're reaping what they've sowed, but
Yeah.
they're passing the buck down the line.
Don't use ticket exchange. Don't go in the club shop. That's the way to do it.
Dave has got a question though.
Yeah.
He says, if you could change one thing about West Ham, what would it be? He's then, I don't know if this is his answer or he's qualified it. He's then signed off with Brady out.
Yeah, I think he's nailed it.
Change
they're
one
saying
thing
that.
about West Ham. One thing.
I'll go back to Upton Park.
Move
What?
on.
What's wrong with that? Yeah, look how moving on's doing.
Oh,
You
let's
can't-
not get into this
Dave
argument.
can't
We've
give
done
his
this.
fucking season ticket away.
Us three have done this one
It's
to
all
death.
these little incremental things. All right,
You
can
can't
say
cry
move on.
over spilt milk,
listen,
Len.
I'll
Come on, get
I'll
over it. Move on.
I'll
Elvis
take-
is dead.
I'll understand what
No,
you're
yeah.
saying, but for everything, if all these moving on and moving of times, they don't solve the problems that come with it as well. The new problems that come with the problems of the times, like I said before. Sometimes things are better off left alone. You
Okay.
asked me the question, I gave the answer.
You did
And then
do
you
that, and I'm not
you
gonna.
criticised him
I'm
by
not,
going, move on.
and I'm not gonna respond because it will just.
So what's your change then? Come on.
What is my change?
Change one thing about West Ham.
We'll change one thing about West Ham. That's a really good question. I would. I don't know. Beyond obviously making us in the Champions League, which doesn't seem to be. You want something a bit more realistic, don't you?
Well, yeah.
I would probably change an owner to one that has got an unlimited amount of funds. Rather than our current owners, I would probably move.
You'll be GSB out, is what you're saying.
No, I would move.
Well, that's
to,
exactly the
no,
interpretation
I'd move
of
to
it.
an owner that would be
He's
unlimited. funds.
Kaczynski out. He's not putting his hand in his pocket
No,
properly. is
no,
he?
I don't think so.
Do you know what I'd do, Sean?
Go on.
One change. They give me one change.
Rename it West Ham London. Yeah.
No.
Right. Change. Oh, I know.
I
You're going
would.
to move it from 1895 to 1901 or
No.
1900.
I can argue that case
Go
as
on.
the cows come home. I would fuck you social media people off. Yeah. If I could change one thing, it'd be
Yeah.
you
Ban
lot,
social
and
media.
because of the damage you lot do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Would you have that over going back to Upton Park, though?
Well, this is the thing. It's yeah, but I rely on your one. Listen, we're a tag team here. we fuck them off and go back to Upton Park. Yeah, that's what I would literally do. You don't realise how toxic you lot are. You don't.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's the problem. Next up, it's Top Fan. It's the Bicester who hasn't got the name Bicester because he got beat to it, I think. But anyway, it's Grant Croxford, the old carrot cruncher. Evening, chaps, he says. Plenty to talk about, no doubt, you bet. He's got a good question, though. Which one of you would do the best TikTok video? His money's on the entertainment king of Canning Town, though.
Well, we used 2 days that is at the bar idea.
Well, actually, I want to know which one of you actually have got TikTok videos already.
No, I don't.
I'm not on TikTok.
I am, and I have published videos on TikTok, so I think I win.
But
So,
they're not videos of fires being put out, are they?
No.
Sean,
Yeah.
how many views do they get? A chance?
Do you know what? I'll have a look at my TikTok account and tell you.
Alright.
Probably not that high.
Is it you dancing?
It is me dancing, yeah, and miming, yeah. I think I've got about 3 TikTok videos, and yeah, I'll send you a link.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh,
TikTok's boom is purely down to the lockdown. People were so bored, they thought, what can we do? And this new app appeared where you could dance along like a twat and mime like a twat.
so another platform with no fucking talent on again.
Yeah. Well, by the looks of Jesse Lingard, yeah, no talent. Anyway. Next up, it's DJ Russie B, as if we didn't know. Earbudden. Evening, gents, he says. With the new season less than a fortnight away, have you got a starting 11 for the City game?
No, that's not my job. I'm not picking the team.
Well, it's going to be very similar, isn't it?
It's going to be fucking insane. What are you talking
It will.
about?
I mean, I think Antonio
hope-
starts. Well, you say that, but right. So let's just. So I do see him, and I know we're going to find this difficult, but I think start with Fabianski, right? You've got obviously Cresswell and oh god, Now I can't think of his name. The Croatian guy. He's gone. Who's our right back?
He's not Croatian.
Well, he's not Croatian. He's
He's
Czech
just
as a
Czech.
Valiant.
Sorry, Czech. See, I can't even
Kufal.
remember Kufal.
Or
Sufal. You've probably got Oggy starting. And
This is
Zuma
depressing. Fucking move on.
and Zuma,
Yeah.
and then you've got Rice Suchek. You've got Bowen. Obviously starts
And
every game.
We've got another fucking predictable team.
And
He's gonna lose.
you've got Antonio, Benrahma, and Lanzini. I don't know. It's whoever started the last game. It's going to be very similar.
It
There you
desperately
go.
needs freshening up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I
Jesus
don't think Moyes
Christ.
will start all his new signings.
Okay. My favourite pen friend is up next. It's Dave's son. It's Ted Sexton. And Ted says, is Moyes left with egg on his face regarding the Lingard decision?
No, I don't think so.
He says, Antonio certainly needs to practice his one-on-one skills after Saturday. I believe that he missed a few. I've seen, I think I see a minute of highlights, and it weren't his finest performance.
He missed a few. He missed a sitter. I mean, he was one-on-one with a goalkeeper. I think he missed like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But he should have done better when he was one-on-one with a keeper. You do expect someone like him to finish it.
I think what Ted's getting at with egg on his face is like the drawn-out pursuit of him.
Yeah, it was a bit embarrassing. It seemed a bit desperate at the end, I thought. And that's, you know... Again, who knows? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he wasn't as desperate as other people made out.
Yeah. Next up, it's old Away Day Ramble Dodsey.
All right.
If you want to see his ramble, check out Stell's channel, the West Ham Voice. It's all on there now.
I see. He's there's been a transfer, has he?
Yeah.
He's not exclusively us anymore.
It was a
we
free
didn't even get a fee.
transfer.
Oh, are you a
I
transfer
imagine.
as well? Because like you've been doing a bit of moonlighting as well.
Well,
Nigel.
you know me, I'm a free agent, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are an or.
Yeah.
A
I'll
podcast.
drop my
tour.
knickers for anyone, I'll tell you. They
Podcast
won't
tour.
talk
Fucking
about
hell, yeah,
West Ham.
don't come down quick enough.
I have turned.
Turn someone down.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say? We need to know. We need
Yeah,
to
who
know
was it you turned
who ain't
down?
fucking worthy of Nigel. Fucking hell.
No. Like, like a few times people have said to me, will you come on? And like, nah.
You would do it with
So,
someone else, is what you're
I
saying.
I generally try, I think, once a week. So if you look last week, I was on with Stell, obviously because we didn't have a podcast. So the week before, when we didn't have a podcast, I did the Carrot and Booze Boozecast with the Carrot and Booze boys. Coming up, I think we got the tour that we filmed, the Canning Town tour. That's being made into a proper
Film.
film, yeah. And will be out on the Carrot and Booze channel.
And when you
So-
said proper film, I thought you meant it was going to be out on Netflix or something.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You know it costs $12,500 to even pitch an idea to Netflix.
Does it? Didn't
Yeah.
know that. Interesting story, bro.
And sometimes,
Wow.
Stranger Things, the massive Stranger Things, I think it was pitched about 16 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, they're not the best judge of quality anyway.
Yeah.
I think their quality's gone down.
Well, that's one of
Well, they're
the
losing-
reasons why their subscriptions
Yeah,
are
yeah. I was saying, the
I'm
subscription.
struggling to find decent things to watch now.
They're often only good for 2 series and like they really tail off. They just wait to be cancelled.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not a Netflix
Anyway,
podcast.
Dodsey says, all right, my handsomes, how you's doing? He says, do you believe, and can you give me your view on all the YouTube channels who last Monday built up what a fantastic week of transfers it was going to be for, and then Friday and Saturday
Funny,
to go
wasn't it?
into a meltdown when it didn't happen?
Yeah, I
That
know.
was funny. Funny enough, I haven't really been watching the YouTube channels just because it's all transfer, and I don't care. And if you're out there listening and you don't care about transfers either. Let me know, because sometimes I feel like I'm the only one, and that can't be the case. But something caught my eye. It was the Curtin Blues boys that caught my eye on the Facebook, and I thought, I've got to click on this. And Nick was like a kid at Christmas. And I'm watching him going through all these players we're getting, he thinks we're getting, all happy as Larry, and I think to myself, does Nick support West Ham? Does this actually feel like West Ham to you, Nick, what you're saying? And the end of the week he's doing his fucking nut, and he. And it's also like, I do, like Nick, I do find him amusing. I know he's sort of like...
One day, we're going to have to show them behind the curtain on The Wizard of Oz so they can see how sausages are made, and they won't get so excited when they really understand how sausages are made.
I don't get all this transfer.
They may know how sausages are made, Sean.
Well, they seem to ignore it and get carried away. Then
take
how do
what
they
they
get
wanna
so
take.
carried away then if they know how sausages are made?
They obviously listen to everyone because they name other ITKs as well, and
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if some of these RTKs were like estate agents, you'd be fucking homeless. No, you've exchanged. Oh, don't worry about it. You're moving in. You fucking sold your house. You ain't got home.
Well, this is the problem. Everybody wants to be there first. I go, yeah. The deal's done. Deal's done. They want to put the eyes up, but in reality, most.
Oh, you're singling one out then, really?
No, I'm
saying
not.
that,
I'm not because I don't think he does jump the gun.
I'm biting the hand that feeds you, Sean.
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah, and
But
vice versa.
I think what happens is the journalists, the Italian journalists, the people on Twitter jump the gun.
I love it. The amateurs are criticising the pros. It's like I said last week. It's, Miss Marple's now having a go at Jones from the yard.
You're all wasting people's fucking time. You're bound to see. You're bound to see
not
a
wrong
sign
there.
when you turn up.
Yeah, a lot of people just go, yeah. I think Nigel said this. Right, when he holds up the shirt, I know he signed.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
But it is an entertainment, and I keep on saying this.
But there's only one confirmation, and that's from the club.
Yeah,
People can't confirm. Oh, I can confirm. No, you can't. You're a fucking prick. You don't understand what the word confirm means. Who are you to confirm it, Bellend?
Yeah. Anyway,
and this is where I have my problem. Yeah, with the new bloke at the club. And his new mantra. It's great for you, yeah. It probably is great for you people, yeah. But the fact.
Well, I know you talked about this with Stel, but I'd rather you not go into too much detail on this, Nigel, because we don't really talk about how sausages are made, right?
Do we not? Sizzle away, Nigel. Go on, son.
Well, I just think that there's a more openness. Yeah, you could admit to this. Yeah, there's a more openness from the club. Yeah, where before you lot were like the shit on their shoe. Yeah, by certain media people.
Mm-hmm.
This man is now a bit more embracing.
He's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Well, the fact that you call him a good guy says to me he's all embracing of you lot. Yeah, because if he weren't, you'd be going, well, he treats us like the shit on our shoe. So we can all know what that means. Yeah, so he's a good guy. He's coughing up with the stuff, letting you know.
He gives us
what's going
guidance. No, he gives us guidance. And the reason is, right, it's not about telling us, but it's giving us guidance when we ask questions, and that's really important from a comms point of view.
Oh, right. So can I give him some guidance? And perhaps I'll ping him in an email and say, shut your mouth, mate. Yeah. And just let the people. Don't be telling Darmesh or whoever it is at Sky, who's your mate. Don't be telling the others. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that it's got to this point now where the professionals are listening to the amateurs and taking their cues from the amateurs.
I think it's a level playing field, Nigel.
No, it's called a shit fest.
All right,
and that is why all these people.
You're making me feel slightly uncomfortable on this topic.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Good. Squirm away. Yeah, stand me up. Yeah, we can all get our own back. Dodsey goes, why are people surprised when we're playing like we played at the moment, when we're playing the same team as we put out at the end of the season when we were no good at the end of the season. And also, I don't know if you know, do we have any reason why we think that all the West Ham fans went to Glasgow and didn't have a single bit of trouble? Spurs turned up a week later, and I have seen the videos. World War III breaks out.
Yeah. A lot of people had problems getting back. I hear they cancelled the trains or something.
Yeah, there was a lot of trouble getting back. But I don't know if you've seen the fighting with the Spurs.
No.
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was a thing. I've got a theory about that, Doz. If you text me, I'll tell you what the theory is. I won't say it on here. But I do have a theory about that. Ed Hughes.
That's a bit of scribble.
He does indeed. He says, evening, gents. Do we see any of the youth players stepping up? Ashby seems promising.
Ashby, Harrison, I think. And
Are there
I
others?
like to think, although I've been told differently, Connor Coventry.
Connor Coventry. Okay.
Me and Pikey were talking about that today. It's his pet peeve that they got rid of the combination.
Yeah, I could actually see that so many people now in football. I mean, Sean knows I've been saying this for years, but so many people in football say the same. That actually at some point someone will listen to it and actually think, do you know what? I think they're right. We need to bring it back.
Mm. But they had this Premier League 2 business, didn't they?
Yeah.
That obviously they've shelved and think, oh, we bring that out again, we rebrand that and get what we want.
Yeah.
But, you can't be... I'll never say what Parker said. He actually said it was a bugbear. He didn't say it was a pet peeve. But he said sort of, while he was at the PFA, that the under-23 is just a complete nonsense. You need to sort of play with experienced players. Coming back from injury and such, like I said last week. But, don't listen to people like me, or footballing people like Jeff. Anyway.
Did you see, what's his name's, new manager of Burnley? Oh, I'm getting right funny with names now. Vincent Company, first signing.
Oh, the kid we had who went to Anderlecht.
Yeah, it's Cullen.
What's his name?
Cullen.
Oh, Josh Cullen,
Yeah.
that's it.
Signed him, first sign. So it'll be interesting that if Burnley can get up straight away and Cullen's in the Premier League next season, to see whether we were a bit in letting him go. Could he be the one to replace Ray Allen?
Yeah.
To be a quiz question in the years to come.
I've got another exclusive for you.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
We turned down Laurie Cunningham. Did you know that? And
no,
it was
I didn't, actually.
it was unanimous. What everyone who played with him said, he's fucking crap.
Oh, right.
Fucking crap and fucking lazy.
Well, when did he appear at all?
Language.
74?
I'm quoting someone, Sean. That wasn't me. That was a footballer who played with him.
Pike?
74?
Dog shit. No, that wasn't Pike.
How was it?
It's a pity, actually. If I'd have known who used me in the day, I would have said, because I think obviously he came from where I live now.
Yeah, South Ockenden.
Yeah, I think he would have.
I
Well,
think
captain
I interviewed him
originally.
for this podcast
you?
in the early seasons. Didn't he work for the FA?
Yes.
PFA.
Well, I
And
know
the
FA.
FA.
Oh, right.
Well, I
Oh,
tracked him down in the early times of the podcast. I was trying to track him down. I tracked him down at the FA, and then did a phone interview with him. I'll have to find out which. It was like season 2 or season 3.
All right.
That and Stuart Slater at the same that season did a few of them.
Oh, good, there you go. There's a back catalogue for
Back
you.
catalogue, yeah. I'm gonna have a look at that.
James Edrupt says, will we have a weaker side starting against City than the side that finished the season? Do you
I
think we'll have a weaker team?
No, I think it will be the same. I missed Fornals out earlier, and I think it will be. Looking at it, right, it will be exactly the same team that started against Brighton that will start against City. I just have this funny feeling. So my view is no, it will be the same team.
Would that not be weaker?
Well, it depends on your. It's the same, isn't it? You could get into the whole argument: have they improved? Or have they weakened? But it's the same to me.
If I could throw your comment about moving with the fucking times, then they're weaker, then aren't they?
Why?
Well, you've just said it to me 20 minutes ago about Upton Park, move with the times. Why don't the fucking team move with the times?
Because
They're weaker then, aren't they? If
by
they
the
don't
way,
move with the times.
Season 2, Episode 21 for the back catalogue, the one with Jeff Pike, Part 1. So maybe Season 2, Episode 22 was Part 2. There you go. In the days when our podcast probably only lasts half an hour or 45 minutes. Anyway, look, I don't know.
No, you don't know.
Ever a true word you've ever spoken?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I don't think we'll be weaker. I don't think we will be. But I'd like to think that.
So who's going to start? You think he's going to start Skamaka or Skamaka?
Let's
No, he
see.
won't. He'll start Antonio.
Yeah,
No,
no, we can still play Antonio, but if you move him to the left,
Yeah.
he's a good
Who'd you
crosser,
drop?
is Antonio.
Who drop?
Well, I would probably put, and this is only me, I don't hear anyone else saying this,
Yeah.
but in the number 10 role, I'll probably put Fornals. But he's easily replaceable, isn't he? The number 10.
Yeah, because we've
So
got
that's not a
Lanzini
problem.
and Ben
Yeah,
Rama
exactly.
both sitting there.
So
as
who
well.
you say you're dropping?
Well, let me try and think who I'll be dropping.
Probably Lanzini and Ben Rama to the bench.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't got both of them. If we're looking at the Brighton,
All right. Well, let's put Skamaka.
Ben Rama didn't even start. It's Fornals and Lanzini and Bowen.
Right. And?
So which
Then
one?
Lanzini goes to the bench.
All right.
Well,
so
who was
that's-
playing the left then? Who was playing on the left-hand side up front?
4 nails.
It was
So there you
Fornals.
go.
Yeah.
So I've moved him there. So I'll keep Bowen there. And then there'll be the two behind him. So it'll be Rice.
Lanzini goes.
I'm just having a look.
Yeah, well,
I'm just
Lanzini
looking.
would go in, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lanzini,
you
'cause
had
you're
no. Well,
moving Fornals
actually,
into 10.
if I've got the formation, and this is the BBC, so it might be wrong. Fornals was in the middle,
Right.
Bowen on the right, Lanzini on the left.
Well, Lanzini's going in.
Yeah,
So Fornals was in the middle against who? Because I didn't see it.
against
Brighton.
Brighton,
And how did he
sure
play?
about it.
Brighton. We played Brighton, did we?
3-1. We lost.
We lost
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, I was there. I got a speeding ticket on the way home. It cost me 3 points.
When did we play Brighton?
Last game of the season.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. I thought it was pre-season friendly.
No,
No,
last
we're
game.
talking about.
Oh
last
yeah,
game
that
of
was a
season.
funny game, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1-0 up at half time, lost 3-1.
Yeah.
Europa League
Oh, I
at
can't
half
remember
time.
how
Conference
Fornals
League at full
played.
time. I mean, if I'm looking at picking a team, if you can, the problem is I think he'll go Fabianski, but I don't think Fabianski did anything wrong last season.
No.
No,
to
it's
warrant
just
being kicked out. So I would go Fabianski to start. You can keep Areola with the cup teams. Obviously, I would probably go Johnson right back.
Oh, would you?
Zuma and Dawson, if both fit, in the middle. And then
You wouldn't put Oggy in?
No, I'll tell you why. Because I think he's been out too long.
Okay,
I think
fair
that
enough.
injury's too bad.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got to go Creswell at the moment on the
so
left.
we kind of answered Russ's question there that we didn't answer before.
Yeah, possibly. And then across the middle you got Souček, Rice, Fornals, and then again I would have Skamaka up front. with,
Yeah.
Instead of
Antonio
Lanzini,
and
but you
Bowen.
can't drop Bowen, and you've got Antonio.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
The problem you get is that if it is the thing about Antonio is because of the way he plays, it does allow Bowen to come in.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, if Skamaka's the focal point,
Yeah.
you got to hope. And this is the thing.
Get it out
Does
the
it
number 10.
detract? Then it's a difficult balancing act because you're introducing a player to a system. The only thing with Skamaka is he does look more mobile than Haller. Haller was very stationary, wanted the ball to him. So I don't know if that's because he'd lost the faith of being at West Ham, where the manager had changed and he didn't have confidence in in Moyes getting the best out of him or what.
Of course, another positive note as far as Sameka's concerned, if we get him, is that it's the unknown, isn't it? People don't know what to expect, like they're going to expect with Antonio.
That's it, yeah.
Because people will say, well, don't get too close to Antonio. Just push him out wide a little bit. Let him shoot, because he got on it a cow's arse up with a banjo. Rather than let him turn you, go straight through, and he's got more of a chance.
Yeah, I got sent a video. Gary from Claret and Blue put a video in a group chat, and it was like an Italian. It was an English fan that watches Italian football, and he did a profile on Scamacca. And this is from a while ago. This ain't because West Ham were linked with him. This was during last season, and Scamacca was the young hot prospect in Italian football.
Yeah,
you know, Juve, Milan, and the big boys were all looking at him. Inter, were all looking at him. You know, it was the thing that he was going to leave Sassuolo and move on at the end of the season because he was too good.
Why haven't we had any opposition with this?
No, and that's the bit I don't understand. And I made people laugh in my office today because I don't get it in a way. Because if he's as good as what people have been saying about him all last season he should be joining a different team. So why did no one come into him? There's a bit of me thinks, is it because of his nutcase family?
Marco Bucas the second.
Yeah, or is it or not?
Before we digress too much, let's not, just because we split the podcast in two, let's not turn this into a 3-hour podcast.
It's the first time we've done this, and you've already started.
I'm just saying, we're in a half an hour in, and we've probably done.
Well,
I've just looked at how many questions there are, and there's like
we've done
27.
A few already. Well, look, there's Gary Arker's asked how long is a gird out for with a silent D. Sorry, Mr. Wiley. But Gaza.
My guess is
Christmas.
I've been told months instead of weeks, but my guess is 3 months.
So it'll be that's the World Cup, so then it's Christmas.
Yeah. I hope that's wrong. I mean, it depends on how well he recovers from surgery, really.
Yeah. Joey Ding-a-ling, Brady Arts with an art. He says, by the time you've read this, you probably discussed it. The new season ticket system.
Yeah, we have.
A good thing or bad in comparison, or definitely bad. Also, this Scamacca geezer we're meant to be signing, got to be honest, he says, apart from YouTube highlights, he says, which by the way make Harry Maguire look like a decent defender for Man United, I haven't got a clue as to how good he is or isn't. Has the bald stooge got any info on why we're after him? Well, we're after him because he scored 16 goals last season in Italian football. Across 39 games.
Yeah.
But to do that,
I mean, he's physical. He's a powerhouse. He's a bit like, I know people have compared him with Allaire, but there are characteristics of him that are like Antonio, and I always believe that Moyes is looking for a sort of younger Antonio in his quest. That might be a bit unfair to compare him to Antonio, but he's certainly got the pace. He can hold the ball up, and everything I've seen on the scouting report. He's a very physical, pacey
Sean,
striker.
Look, we've got a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Please
all
don't
right,
waffle.
all right.
Yeah.
Go on.
Dinger goes on to say quickly, Moyes or Newman signing Scamacca, or both?
Newman.
I think it's Newman.
And he says, I hope we join the summer, and he looks forward to the new season. Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty Cosland says, as a fan base, what do you think we'll be getting in a froth about this season? There's always something we're getting a froth about, isn't there? Brady out.
We never spend enough money. We never get enough players. That's what people get most upset about.
Right. I like the fact that when people hashtag Brady out, it appears in blue.
Yeah, it does.
So keep up with the hashtags Brady out, people, if you could.
Brady out.
Next up, it's Nicholas. Hey, Sean. Sorry, Harvey. Hey up, lads. He says, no surprise, there's no Bucci's given pre-season. Aye. Wibbits. Pint of Tetley's. Who's looking forward to Aguirre being like a new signing after the World Cup when he returns from injury? There you go.
Yeah.
He's obviously got inside info. Does Newman have an Italian girlfriend? As he seems to have spent a lot of time in Italy. No, he just probably knows a lot of Italian.
I think his job at City was to scout young players on the
Yeah,
continent,
international.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And particularly in Europe,
Yes. Yes.
France and Italy and Spain.
Yeah, even though someone said he lives in France, he's got an house in France, but I listened to a podcast with him, and I think he lives by Norwich. I mean, depending on where you live, could be near the continent. So,
Norwich is quite
if you
close.
Nick Harvey, for instance, well, I don't know, Nick Harvey's up in Hull, isn't he? So he's
Yeah,
near the
from the
continent as well.
East
so,
side, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aye,
So,
Sean.
you don't
He
know.
could jump on a fishing boat, go across to Holland.
That's it. Yeah.
Like Del Boy did.
He did. He went to Amsterdam. He went to Allenbeck.
That's right.
A fantastic painting. Was that
Thank
a
you
good?
very much.
Was that?
Good seller. Yeah.
No, not a good seller. What I'm saying is that something. It was like out of the blue when I see it.
Yeah, I fancied the change from football.
Yeah, that was it.
Literally that.
Yeah.
And I think, I know. I'll do that. Yeah, good seller. Half price too.
All right. There you
You want to paint in a Del Boy? Got
CanTown.com.
two in front of me.
That's not me and Sean, people. That's two paintings. What's the point of
I still challenge you to send a weigh-in
That would be a good TikTok video.
to
You snapping the fucking seesaw, Sean.
you you send your weigh-in figure and I'll send a weigh-in figure to Len and
it? Yeah, go on then. I'm up for that.
Yeah,
Send
Have
yours
you
in.
got scales?
yeah, I can do it. When are you going to do yours?
Don't you worry, son, because Len's looking after it.
Well,
You
no,
send
you've got to do it at the
send
same
yours.
time. You can't do it like in 3 weeks' time.
Don't you
We'll have
worry
to
about
find
Your
it.
feet have got to be in shot. You can't put the misses on the scales and try and do a dodgy one either.
All right. The only thing is, I still will caveat, that there's got to be an handicapping system. I am taller than
Oh,
you.
here we go.
What the
Well,
hell's
no,
that got
it's
to do with
natural,
anything?
isn't it? Technically, short people are going to weigh less than taller people.
How
There's-
tall are
You
you?
know what this is about.
5'10". What are you, shorty?
5'7".
There you go. Taller people have taller. We carry more things. We've got bigger things than shorter people. We've got bigger feet, and bigger hands.
Whatever.
You know what this is about, Nigel.
Yeah.
It's about weight.
Yeah. I can't wait. Robert Stokes. It says, great to see your pictures the other week. He says, on a night out. He said, you all look nothing like you sound. There you go.
There you
To
go.
be fair, Robert, my first thought of Sean before I actually met him was because I'd heard him. Was that he sounded like the bastard son of Ken Livingstone.
I met Ken a few times.
I bet you did.
You do sound a bit like Ken Livingstone.
It sort of
Never
comes
thought
out
of
the
that.
nose a bit, doesn't it? The voice. Very nasally. In fact, I imagined you like having like this little tash and walking around with a carrier bag. So at that time, when I see you talking to Karen Brady, funny enough, and I thought, oh, that's what he looks like. I wouldn't have thought that. And
All those years when I met
all
you at the
those
bar.
years ago, yeah, at the
In
bar.
the-
When I come up to her, I went, "Were you Sean then?"
Did
You
no,
wanna
no,
interview me?
did I buy you a Peroni or did you buy me a Peroni?
No, I bought the first drink.
Oh, did you? Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
It says, this is Robert again.
Yeah.
Have West Ham ever signed a player who looked nothing like you pictured them when you initially read about them? That's a tough one.
I don't know, because I mean, pre-internet maybe, but nowadays you always can go and find out what the player looks like and YouTube clips and everything. So there's no mystery anymore.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And that's the thing. But because I did used to go football as a kid.
Panini stickers and Panini
Well,
stickers
and all
can
that,
be
yeah, but
wrong
you knew
sometimes.
what people look like. So the first signing. So if I think back to the first, funny enough, the first signing would have been David Cross, I think, for me. was December
as well, I think.
'77.
Well, before the internet, how would you even know what they looked like before you saw them?
And I swear,
In the paper, I
David
suppose.
Cross
Yeah.
scored. He definitely scored once. He may have scored twice for West Brom that season at Upton Park.
You know the first thing I remember about Crossy, right? It was Easter weekend, and on the Saturday he got a hat-trick. Or was it a Sunday? But we played the next day, and I think he got another one or two then. And that was my first memory of actually being like a West Ham fan. And I remember asking my dad, the West Ham player they think was played every day, but that's why Crossy's my sort of first footballing hero. Because they say you heard about him, he got a hat-trick. Still went down, but he got a hat-trick and he just scored and scored and scored. What a man.
Yeah. I thought we would have kept up. Him and Pop together, they were pretty decent.
Yeah.
And we started off like a
This
train.
was the funny thing. At that time, that Easter, we were winning.
Yeah.
I thought we were unbeatable, and then I turn up for my first game and find out we got relegated.
Well, we'd had
not that I
such
knew
a
what it really meant.
bad start to the
Injuries
season.
as well.
Yeah. Typical West Ham, we always sort of come to life. If you look at, I think, 3 of our 5 relegation seasons, the running, you look at 89, we were dead and buried. And then all of a sudden, we put a few results together. Like we've managed to drag it to the last game of the season against Liverpool. Liverpool away. So the only real, the worst relegation for me, which was just abject surrender, was the Avram Grant one.
Oh,
Because there was like no fight.
yeah, there was no fight at all.
No fight whatsoever.
Remember that
Next
last
up-
game against Sunderland? We all fucking
Yeah,
walked out,
that
didn't
was
we?
just, yeah, that was.
was
Well, after the
disgraceful.
Wigan, because if we'd have beat Wigan, that would have given us a bit of hope,
Yeah.
funny enough. And to be 2-0 up and to lose it 3-2. And then Muppets flew their plane over, which I did think was funny. But still.
Yeah, I did.
Dan Perry from Beverly Hills 910370, whatever it's called, says, I realise how miserable this sounds. You're in the right place then, Dan. We'd love a bit of misery.
Come on, not half.
But is anyone else dreading hearing that West Ham are massive chant?
Oh,
It's done its day, isn't it?
Listen, at the end of the day, Dan, you got to remember that when we're 4-0 down at Man City at half time, at home to Man City, people ain't going to want to sing it. So maybe having Man City first might kill it. Mark Bright has left the Crystal Palace podcast and come over to ask us, can Sean tell us how sausages are made? The transfer process, step by step, and why they can take so long to complete. He says, did Paolo have a word in Scamacca's ear and persuade him to join us? I don't think so.
No, you know why?
Yeah,
I
because
sent you an
Paolo
article.
actually warned West Ham in an article, or it was reported in Daily Express on Sky Italia. Paolo likened Scamacca to being another Haller and actually thinks West Ham shouldn't go there.
Like I explained earlier, and I'll quickly say, look, the way transfers, some of them in the media, some of them not. You know, this whole urban myth that things get done in 24 hours is usually not true. You know, it just means it has been quiet for a longer time. Look, clubs scout players for usually a long time, and they look at reports. Then they usually, let's not call it tapping up, they talk to an intermediary or an agent and say, would they be available? And then they talk to a club and say, look, would this player be available? They make an inquiry. Then they put in their first offer. Usually it's not their best offer. And then we get to a point like we did with Scamacca where, you know, we reach a deal. But then, and because you haven't got permission to talk to the player officially, you then have to do a deal with the player and say, how many years do you want? What's your wages? What's your wage structure? And then you have to agree with the agent how much the greedy agent wants, right? And there will twists and turns. Only when you've done that do you get a 2-day medical, and only then do you then wait for them to sign a contract, and you've got them to do their media, video and pictures taken at the same time, and then it's announced. finally. But that's for all clubs, right? And don't believe that from beginning to end other clubs put their deals together in 24 hours. The problem is it's not just West Ham leaks, agents leak as well. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but it just means that the agents who don't leak, they're the ones we don't hear about, and suddenly it only comes on the radar when a bigger group of people get to hear.
Did the agents that cut out of deals link more than the ones that aren't?
Yes.
There you go.
And that's the other thing, because people people say things like,
I didn't expect you to be so forthright.
I
was hoping I'd lead you down a path.
Yeah, we ain't going there.
Down it.
But you know what? The problem is there's so many agents now and intermediaries. Someone does a favour and introduce someone to someone, right?
And they're all related, aren't they?
Of course they are. Someone goes, well, I want to introduce you to, this agent. I want you to introduce the club. Each club often has an intermediary, right? And then you've got the players' agents, and the player agent has another agent, and then there's an international agent, and
there's always someone called Kenny lurking about.
But there is. And this is why, some of these deals in the end involve like 6 agents getting paid. Some of them are small introductory offers. They get a finder's fee, and it's just.
That is laughable. Found him. It's like.
Well, sometimes it's as much as I'll give you the phone number of the right person. You can talk directly to the sporting director.
But I found him.
Yeah, I know.
Matthew Atree jumped on, but he did say sorry to jump onto this question. But just to add, why do the so-called people in the know say we're bidding for this player, and once that's sorted, we concentrate on the next player?
No,
can't we work on 2 deals?
Yeah, of course
once?
we can. Of course we can.
Yeah, that's just the way they word it. Listen, you can bet your life they'll be working on 4 or 5 deals at the same time. It's just the way it is. I'd like to say welcome back, but I think he's still out on manoeuvres. But Chris Kinch. Hope you're keeping well, Chris.
Yeah.
Off out, keeping the morale high on the armed services on a tour of duty. He just wanted to pop in. Said it's been a while. He said no question. Just wants to say thanks. So you're a legend, Chris Kinch.
Yeah. Serves his country, does Chris. We love you.
And he can play a mean guitar as well. Watch the video of him jamming with some soldiers in a band.
I ain't seen this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Next up, I'm going to ignore him. We'll skip on to Michael Levy Jr. He ain't got a question. The soul singing superstar of Tenerife, and who's back in Tenerife after his sell-out tour of the UK. No question. He just wanted to say hello and wish you all the best. And we wish you all the best. And if you're in Tenerife, check him out. He's going to be everywhere.
Tenerife's busy.
Ted's come back to say, I'm sorry, I forgot to say evening, gentlemen. See, that's the class of the man. That's what I like you, Ted. John Hannah, who's got a nice picture of a lady resting her head on his shoulder that got me thinking, is her name called Barbara? I'll let you people think about that. Can you ask Sean if him and the twat Hugh can get anything right? Now this is funny, Sean. I just want to get this right. You was working Saturday. Is that right, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know you're going to say...
Hold up. No. Let me do it, yeah.
I know what you're going to say.
Gerdie's back for the City game. This is what in the last few days.
I know what you're going to say.
Schimacker's doubtful. But this is my favourite because obviously, I don't read the shite you.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Apparently, Sonny Perkins
didn't even write it.
On
Sub-editor. That I found out this morning. Sub-editor. I didn't even know who scored the Luton goal. Never wrote it in my copy. Unfortunately, the sub-editor who sub-edited my copy put in Sonny Perkins, and when it was pointed out to me today, I changed it to, I think it was Sonny Bradley. I didn't know that at the time, but because I never wrote it in my copy. But yeah.
So how can you do a match report if you've not really seen the game? And
I did, but it wasn't important in what I was writing about West Ham, and I wrote there was a late equaliser in like the 91st minute, but it didn't seem important to me who from Luton scored that, so I didn't look it up. So I just wrote late. We had a fairly good game. We were we looked quite solid in defence, but it all came. We gave away a clean sheet in the last few seconds due to an equaliser. Unfortunately, the sub editor put in Sonny Perkins instead of Sonny Bradley, but I corrected it today. So what?
We didn't beat Luton.
We didn't beat Luton. No,
We ain't beat
Something
anyone
drew.
yet.
change.
we drew.
Uh,
Is it important? Everyone knew it wasn't
well,
Sonny
we beat
Perkins.
Ipswich, didn't
Is it important?
we? Yeah.
Well.
Of course it's important.
Well, if you're going to report on the game, you get things right.
Yeah, I know, but unfortunately in this case, the sub
No,
editor
it's not- yeah, but you do
who
it
was
so-
supposed
come
to.
on.
Look, I
How
know
can- I
that.
love it. Sub editor. Like the
Why do you
geezers
need a
holding the
sub
ball
editor?
off. Hugh, off. We're bringing on the sub. Oh, fuck.
The sub editor is supposed to take out mistakes. Unfortunately, they introduced a mistake. But
Yeah,
hey.
well, if you use amateurs, that's what you get.
Anyway, it's under my name again. Although I didn't see it, I didn't publish the story.
Anyway, did you say Samaka was doubtful on Clarity Hugh, or
No,
Wasn't that-
no,
he
I
said
didn't
he'd
say
be back.
doubtful. I just said all I said was never
there's
said they were
going to be a
doubtful.
delay, didn't you?
I just and there was, and I said we'd
Yeah,
not
it was.
done personal terms, which we hadn't. We did that today. I didn't say it was in doubt. All I said was we haven't
But
done
aren't you
personal terms.
reporting on other people's rumours, though? How do you report to say something hasn't happened?
Well, because everybody was jumping to be premature, and I was
And
just
have you
saying.
ever changed people's minds?
No.
Then let the fucking baby
But
have his
do you know
bottle.
what? Do you know what? You say that, but take you away from Twitter, right? And actually, the numbers that are being hit on CNH are massive. Better than last year. They're just absolutely massive. Absolutely.
But Sean, that ain't that. But this is the thing.
100,000.
Well, hold up,
touching
Sean,
100,000 a
Sean,
day.
You could do that, yeah,
Yeah.
and get things right. It don't matter because we
Yeah.
still
Well,
get 100,000.
as I say,
it does matter. Sean.
I
Pride
agree
in what
with
you
you,
do.
but unless you've got a sub editor for the sub editor, occasionally mistakes come in, and that individual I won't name just wrote Sonny Perkins instead of Sonny
Well,
Bradley.
you don't get
right?
that on 6foot2.co.uk.
Well done. Congratulations for never making a mistake.
I didn't say we didn't make mistakes. We may make a mistake, but
No one
very
logs
rare.
on to see him, though.
Well, did we?
Well,
hold up.
that's excellent. Well done,
Yeah.
then. What?
That's not true. Half my family log on and look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back to fucking 8 listeners. Oh, dear.
Anyway, moving on.
Close
'cause,
season
um,
anyway. Dear, oh dear.
I know we've only got to the 2-hour mark, but it's actually an hour mark for this episode.
yeah,
But
so
2
we'll
hour
crack
in
on.
total
Yeah,
of the
we're
2
nearly there. We've
episodes.
got 4 left.
Okay.
Yeah, or 5. Yeah. So where else I've done that? So Chopper Harris says evening
We're
all.
talking about him today.
Yeah. Apologies, says Paul. If already asked. I haven't read the other comments. Will there be a Super 6 League again this season?
Ooh, good
Yes,
question.
there will. And a Fantasy Premier League mini league.
I've already started the fantasy league, so I renewed that about
Yes,
2
so
weeks
if you
ago.
go to 6foot2.co.uk, you will see the Fantasy Football League there for 6foot2.
And there's a more
Claret
than
and Booze and West Ham Voice
And-
have all teamed up together.
and I've joined it, but there is a more than just a podcast fantasy league, and I'll put the there's been there for 5 years. So I'll put those codes in the Facebook group as well as 6foot2. My only problem with Super 6, and I'm happy, I think you control Super 6
Yeah.
League, and I'm sure you'll renew it for more than just a podcast,
Yeah.
is you can't do it from abroad. And part of my problem is I spend most of a lot of time away from the UK, and it's difficult.
And you got a VPN.
Well, I try that, but it works via an app, and it works out using a VPN.
Do you know you can log on?
Well, I found that out, and I guess that's what I'm going to have to do if I'm going to play Super 6. I'm going to have to log in via a VPN.
All you want to do is beat me.
But you got to uninstall the app, by the way. It's a right pain in the arse if you're always going abroad.
That's right. You just want to beat me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to forget quite a bit to do it.
Yeah. We both gave up last season, yeah?
Generally.
Did you
yeah,
give
'cause
up in the end? I mean,
kept
I certainly
forgetting.
did.
Yeah, because I kept forgetting to do it. You know,
I mean, I could have carried on to beat you, but there would seem no point
I
that we
think
just.
you did beat me, didn't you?
Oh, did I? Didn't even look. So
Yeah.
yeah, I sort of gave up.
Yeah, we'll do it because it is a bit of fun.
It is a bit of fun, you and me.
Martin row the boat says, evening all, thanks for doing podcasts in the summer. Only 50% of the time though. Dennis and Saar, all done, Sean? Finished?
No, well, it's not all done.
Like not happening. Like
Well,
you're saying.
there's nothing active as we speak.
No.
You know, they're of interest, but
Red herrings.
I don't think they're of any. You know, if I think Saar is the more likely one out of the two than Dennis, and Saar could be another backup if maybe we don't go for Blackburn Diaz, but I think
okay.
I'll give us no more than 15-20% of going for Saar.
Right. Adam Levitt says, how do we feel about the season ticket problems? He then says, why do they not give fans choice to have a card and a
They
digital
do.
card?
Ask
do.
for one, Adam. Demand
What
one.
we're saying is, contact the ticket office.
Yeah.
Tell them you want a season ticket card. They will give you one, Adam. They
Just
will.
tell them you do not have a
Demand one.
smartphone. That's all you have to
Yeah.
say. That's the key word. I do not own a smartphone. I want a card. Do you know what?
Well, the
If
funny
we
thing
started
is-
a campaign, maybe this is something for you and your media chums, Nigel.
Yeah.
If you started a campaign that everyone told the club
Yeah.
that they don't have a thing and they want a card,
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen.
Yeah. Chrissy
Well,
Mills said this.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing.
I want to stress this point about, look, ultimately, I don't think mobile phones long term are particularly good for your mental health.
No.
No, you're
Really.
right there.
You can't have
Right
everything
there.
on the phone. And this is what I'm saying. With
I
moving
don't
with the
use
times
Google
comes
Pay.
the problems of the
On
times.
wallet.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
no.
don't think
I
it's
think
quite
you're right.
right.
I think you're right. If you've watched the film Social Dilemma, it's scary. And funny enough, as I said at the last podcast, I've started a 6-week sabbatical, and I'm keeping off. You know, I'm not picking up my
Yeah.
email while I'm away.
Yeah.
I'm not picking up my Teams messages. I'm not picking up. I'm really having a
Not
complete.
writing for Carrot and you.
Hang on. I'm not doing anything to do with work for 6 weeks, and I intend to do that for football. Although I'm working on football this week, as from Sunday when I go to Mexico and then going to Spain, I am not doing anything to do with transfers or any writing anything. I'm having complete detox.
Fuck
I
off.
will not be on social media. No, from next Sunday I'm not. I'm having a complete. Oh, you've done this. I'm having a complete detox from technology and phones.
Plus, you
Nigel.
don't want to get a greasy phone. With all them enchiladas is noshing.
Yeah, tequila.
checking
But no,
his
no,
Twitter feed.
Nigel, you've said this that you took a break from Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a break from all of it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I do that sometimes. I've got
yeah.
home.
The
I get
best thing
home,
I ever
I'm-
did was turn off the notifications.
yeah,
I've never
So
had them
don't
on.
ping up.
No,
yeah, mine
fuck
don't
that.
anyway.
Yeah. So
But I left my phone in.
Because
the
I can
missus-
guarantee you I'm getting grief at the moment about a girl.
yeah.
Shall I have a look?
Yeah, go on then. Anyway, moving on, Nigel.
So contact the ticket box. And
Yeah.
they will sort you out. I
Yeah.
promise you. Next up, I'm going to save Paul Sanders for last. We got two more then with Paul Sanders. Paul Celeb Suet. Artura, as we like to call him. Or Dumplings, as probably his mates called him. Hello, fellas. He hopes he's well. If we can get the Skamaka deal over the line, would you be happy to settle with that for the transfer
Fuck
window?
no.
He said, personally, I'd be happy as we've strengthened through the spine of the team and improves players that have left.
I think we need a left back.
I mean, listen, I don't grumble. We sign who we sign, we don't who we don't. 11 players wear the shirt, they get my back in.
As long as no other players
14
go,
or
of
how many
course, you
subs?
know. Assuming, you know,
Yeah.
that we
don't
didn't
think-
mention, but Souček, I didn't
Yeah,
mention
yeah,
this earlier, but Souček's staying because not a single offer came in from
Was
him.
it Chesiton, I think, was he, at the weekend?
Was he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
World of Adventures. He was an other. or
Bless
that
him.
or
Bless
thing
him.
part.
But, you know, he's going to knuckle down now and put it behind him. You know.
What, he's him asking for a pay rise?
Well, I think we probably will sit down with him in September, but he asked for 95 grand. That was turned down. You know, he went out to
laughed
market.
at.
He went out to market, and he didn't get an offer. He didn't get an inquiry, and now he's got his tail between his legs. But he was the best player on the pitch. I thought against Luton, and he got the goal. Huh? I did watch it. I
Well,
told you.
this is the funny thing about it. With goals come the ignoring the player's form. I would say when he had this bad form at the end of
Yeah,
the season, what I noticed he was mistiming headers
yeah,
and missing goal scoring opportunities. They go in, people don't moan. But ultimately they didn't go in. People were noticing his drop of form, and then he comes out and says, "I want a fucking pay rise."
yeah.
Silly, really. Just get your nut down. You get enough money. It's not going to change your lifestyle. Just fucking crack on. Your life's short, man. You're
Yeah.
playing football.
Right. So I think I've saved the best question.
Go on then.
Paul Sanders says, as a fly off to Rome with instructions to buy my son a Lazio shirt,
Oh,
what are your favourite non-Hammers shirts and why? He says, I really like the old CCP Russian kit which I had as a kid, which would have been red with the white CCP. I'm guessing, unless you was Lev Yashin, then you had it in black. But non-West Ham football kit you own,
own?
or would you have? What would
Ooh.
you a non-West Ham football shirt?
I do actually.
What would you wear? Is there one?
I would probably the Tanners. I've got a Kingstonian one where myself, John, went to Wembley to watch Kingstonians because obviously Surrey. But being that I've got a flat in Leatherhead, I would probably, and the Tanners, I would probably support my local grassroots team and the Tanners. But also, I know John goes, and I know that I've got a few mates who go to Corinthians. They're in Tolworth, Surrey, playing a pink shirt, and I've got a soft spot for them as well. So one of those two.
I would go either the Leighton Orient Braces shirt or the late 70s Shrewsbury Town shirt.
What, the gold and blue stripes? With
Yeah,
badge
like
in
the
middle?
indigo.
Yes. Yeah, the Alan Bailey shirt.
Yeah, you got it. As
yes.
worn by Derek Smalls in This Is Spinal Tap.
Right, okay. Yeah. It's funny, the Orient. Now, are you going Orient white with red,
White with red.
not red with white?
Nah, the white with red braces.
See, I'm thinking red with white. That's the kit they wore in the FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal in '78.
I tell you what, I'm going to be controversial with something else, and not a lot of people are like this. Actually, two. For the Admiral kits, I did like the Leeds United kit, and that's white. And Tottenham's best kit was the Admiral kit with the white, with the extra blue. I remember when I started school, when we moved out East London to come down here. Everyone was a Spurs fan, and all these kids turned up with a new Spurs shirt, the Admiral shirt, and I was there with me Hammer shirt, the Admiral. They were quite cool. Remember that vividly, but it was quite smart and classy, that shirt, when they had a bit more blue on it. Not that it's a Tottenham podcast, far from it, but that was a time where back then, I don't think we had a rivalry, Tottenham, but you just reminiscent of Glenn Hoddle wearing that, really. Chris Smith, Chris Jones, players like that. They went down in it, they got relegated in it.
Yes, the year before, they came back up the year we went down.
Yeah, crossed them on the stairs.
So they went down in
Well, did
77.
they come back up with that shirt?
They did, yeah.
But then they had
It was
the Cox
like our
Sportif one,
away.
it was
If
shite.
you imagine that kit, I think that was like I remember it was very long. They had long sleeves. Hoddle used to hold his sleeves, didn't he? In his
Yeah.
hand. And it was like the our 80 Cup team, our 80 Cup shirt, but obviously just with the dark blue.
Yeah, you
Admiral.
can't beat that. You can't beat it.
Yeah, other team shirts. I mean, I must admit, yeah, the Orient red with the white was one. I think that might have been their away kit though, rather than their home kit. I think the white with the red braces was their home kit. I mean, if I'm thinking the kits, I mean, for me, I think Wolves.
Gold and black. I'm not sure I like the Wolves.
The gold and black with the three wolves in the middle. The player, funny enough, the guy he had like the Barnet was, I think it was called Jeff Palmer. Is the bloke that Bob Hazel. He was a keeper. I'm pretty sure he was at Wolves. He wore that. And of course, Wolves had a goalkeeper called Phil Parks.
Yeah.
Funny enough, spelled exactly the same way, but obviously not how Phil.
Hibernian and Partick Thistle, they're nice shirt.
Partick Thistle, well, yeah, I do. Patrick Thistle. I mean, as for kits I've owned, obviously I've got a Germany shirt. I've got a couple of German shirts. I've got a couple of Argentina shirts.
Yeah, I like Argent shirts.
I like the Argentina shirt. I've got an Australian shirt. Australia actually did a nice Adidas shirt that was dark blue with gold trim. The Palermo shirt was nice.
Is that the pink one?
Anyway,
quite fetching.
It's not a shirt podcast. We got down to the final four, and then you two have gone off on a sort
I'm
of...
going to go with my Shrewsbury Town one then.
Yeah.
Not that I like the Spurs one, but I'm saying I do like Admiral kits.
Yeah. I'll go with Palermo.
So much,
actually.
even our enemies. I like theirs.
I look good in pink. Oh, that's it. That's the end.
Cool. All right. Well, I don't know what you boys are doing over the summer, but have good holidays. Enjoy the beginning of the season, and I'll be back at some point.
It's very working class of you to go last week of July and first week of August, Sean.
What do you mean?
Well, that's typical. They used to call that shutdown. All the factories shut then. It's just not like you, really.
Well, I'm away for pretty much the whole summer from now till September.
Oh, well, you had to distance yourself, didn't you, from the word working class? Couldn't do it quick enough. I'm going to Mexico. What part of Mexico are you going, Sean?
Playa de Carmen.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I'm staying in a resort. All four kids come in, so me
All
and the
inclusive,
missus.
Sean? Are they
Of
teasing
course,
you?
of
Oh,
course.
unlucky, Sean. You're going to struggle, aren't you?
Why?
Oh, you're not gonna,
Well-
your little snout will be in the air.
Yeah.
It's been an hour since I've eaten.
I know, and then we're literally back for a few days, and then I go off to Spain
Weight Watchers. Oh.
for like 10 days, and then I'm back, and then I'm off to Croatia as well in September. But Super 6 could be a challenge. But anyway, I've been Sean. Nigel's been,
In my shed.
and Len's been.
Encouraging you to get a physical ticket or abandon the official club shop.
Cool.
Or both.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will be back at some point with some people, but I can't guarantee when. I always set them a
First game of the
challenge.
season.
Well, hopefully the first game of the season.
We can do it without you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
The Boochies will be back all refreshed.
Yeah.
And they'll be
Yeah.
able to go to the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to go on my
we
tickets.
can go
yeah.
get wankered.
Yeah.
Are they
Anyway,
going, are they?
well, they've got my tickets for the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll have fun then.
Come
Yeah.
on, you irons.
Bobby Moore, more than just a podcast. Bobby Moore, more than just a podcast.
Bye.
That's all, folks.